Claudia Sheinbaum's stark warning reverberates through the halls of power following Washington's controversial designation of Mexican cartels as terrorist organizations. The Mexican government's resolute stance, articulated by Sheinbaum, underscores a profound rejection of any perceived encroachment on its national sovereignty. The declaration, laden with implications for the already complex U.S.-Mexico relationship, serves as a forceful rebuttal to what Sheinbaum perceives as an overreach by the United States. Her message is unequivocal. Mexico will not tolerate an invasion, veiled or overt, of its sovereign territory under the guise of counter-narcotics operations. The statement, delivered with unwavering conviction, emphasizes the importance of collaboration and coordination between the two nations, emphatically rejecting any form of subordination or interventionism. Sheinbaum's firm rejection of unilateral actions by the U.S. government highlights the deep-seated sensitivities surrounding national sovereignty and the potential for escalating tensions between the two North American neighbors. The declaration is not merely a diplomatic protest. It represents a fundamental challenge to the legitimacy of the U.S. approach and a forceful assertion of Mexico's independent agency on its own territory. Beyond the immediate political ramifications, Sheinbaum's warning underscores the long-standing debate over the efficacy of designating cartels as terrorist organizations. Critics argue that such a designation could lead to unintended consequences, including a potential escalation of violence and further straining of already fragile diplomatic ties. The potential for increased military intervention, even if indirect, is a significant concern for the Mexican government, given the historical complexities and sensitivities surrounding U.S. involvement in Mexican affairs. The fear is not simply of direct military action, but also of the potential for collateral damage to civilian populations and the exacerbation of existing social and economic inequalities. Sheinbaum's announcement also reiterates Mexico's commitment to pursuing legal action against U.S. gun manufacturers. The Mexican government directly accuses these manufacturers of negligence, alleging that their lax sales practices contribute to the flow of weapons into the hands of Mexican drug cartels. This legal strategy represents a parallel track to the diplomatic pushback, highlighting the multifaceted nature of Mexico's response to the U.S. designation. The lawsuit seeks to hold U.S. manufacturers accountable for their role in fueling the violence that plagues Mexico, arguing that their actions have direct consequences for the safety and security of the Mexican people. The U.S. decision, spearheaded by President Trump, represents a significant escalation in the long-running battle against drug cartels. The executive order, designating 8 Latin American drug trafficking groups as terrorist organizations, including prominent Mexican cartels such as the Jalisco New Generation Cartel and the Sinaloa Cartel, along with MS-13 and Tren de Aragua, underscores the Trump administration's determination to take a hardline approach to the issue. This designation has far-reaching implications, potentially impacting the legal frameworks governing counter-narcotics operations and opening up new avenues for U.S. intervention. Trump's rationale for this dramatic move centers on the assertion that these cartels pose a national security threat surpassing that of traditional organized crime. This characterization fundamentally alters the nature of the threat, justifying a far more aggressive response than previously considered. The implications are vast, potentially impacting intelligence gathering, law enforcement strategies, and even military deployments. The decision is not simply a matter of domestic policy. It has profound international implications, particularly for Mexico and its relationship with the United States. Adding further complexity to the situation is the prominent role of Elon Musk within the Trump administration. Musk's suggestion that the terrorist designation means they're eligible for drone strikes highlights the potential for even more aggressive and controversial counter-narcotics tactics. This statement, though potentially provocative, underscores the potential for the escalation of violence and the far-reaching implications of classifying drug cartels as terrorist organizations. The prospect of drone strikes raises serious concerns about civilian casualties and the potential for further destabilizing the already volatile region. The statement underscores the lack of transparency and the potential for impulsive decision-making within the administration. The lack of comprehensive strategy and the potential for unintended consequences raise serious questions about the overall effectiveness and the ethical implications of such a drastic measure. The situation demands careful consideration of the long-term consequences for regional stability and the delicate balance of power within the North American context. The implications of this decision extend far beyond mere law enforcement, touching upon fundamental issues of sovereignty, international relations, and the potential for escalating conflict.